Good day and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I'm your host, the Voice of Reason. So in a previous video covering the ongoing conflict inside of the Tigray region, I had discussed that the Tigrayan Defense Forces had engaged in a fairly significant engagement with the Ethiopian and Amhara militia in and around the city of Coram, and had predicted that this battle would soon resolve itself and we could soon see the TDF moving into Alamata, or engaging in a battle for Alamata. That would appear to have occurred, meaning that the engagement in and around the city of Coram has ceased, and it would appear that the large contingent of Amhara militia has withdrawn itself from Alamata. Now that is not abnormal in terms of large militia units whose really bark is worse than their bite. They are not very well trained, and what we probably saw was an engagement around Coram. They suffered fairly significant casualties. The TDF also suffered casualties as well. But given that these Amhara militias are not professional fighting forces, they faced an opposition that probably many of these units have not experienced yet. And in doing so, that has sent them into flight. And that, again, is not out of the ordinary for an untried militia unit to engage in combat against a more proficient combat unit, realize they really don't know what they're doing, and then they flee the battlefield. And that is kind of what we're seeing now inside of Alamata, as these Amhara militias and these rapidly recruited Ethiopian units are fleeing from the Tigray region. They're simply overmatched in terms of in terms of strategy, tactics, and the ability to engage in the type of warfare that they are currently seeing. But it appears from everything that we're hearing and seeing, the TDF, the Tigrayan Defense Forces, has seized control of Alamata, and I believe that we're going to probably see quite a few Amhara militias that have been captured, many of which have in fact fled south into Ethiopia proper. Now the question is what is next? As the TDF experiences combat between some of these very poorly trained Amhara militia, they're probably looking at towns such as Kobo and seeing that that it would not be a difficult feat to press further south, as these Amhara militias, as soon as they come into contact with the TDF, they seem to be fleeing. Now, a little bit different story on the Western Front, over towards Amhara. Some of these forces are backed up by more experienced Eritrean units, and they're also setting up prepared defensive positions. So there could be a little bit of a different engagement that occurs on the Western Front. But right now it seems like the TDF has quite a bit of combat power, and that combat power is presently moving south towards possibly an operation into Ethiopia. Could we see an operation to seize Kobo? I would not rule that out. I really wouldn't. I think when you have the initiative, you should take full advantage of that initiative. And then the question is there supply nodes in Kobo? Is there a way for the TDF to launch an operation to seize supplies, to seize weaponry, to seize ammunition with limited fighting, in terms of engaging some of these Amhara militias who are simply not up to the task of confronting the TDF directly? So again, we will continue to monitor the situation and report. Have a great day, everybody.